might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Of course, that's especially for one. You should see her, man. She's blushing in here.
You know what? I never liked that.
Here come bad news, talking this and that.
I wasn't feeling it.
Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back.
I could see people,
Yeah, it was.
you know, and then that happened, and then
was a
Ferguson
big
happened,
hit.
and people stopped singing it.
But you know, there's somewhere where people said he only made $2,500 from that song. Is that true?
No way, that's impossible.
There was somewhere. I'm gonna look for that.
I mean, who knows? I mean, you get paid $50,000 for a movie. Maybe
Yeah.
it's possible.
You never know. So what's in the local news you want to talk about? You want to talk about
the Maplewoodian, or I did have on.
the 15-year plea by Kathy Default?
Well, I'll read that article. So I'll read the article. Prosecutors offer 15-year plea deal to accused Columbia High School teacher. Essex County prosecutors are offering a 15-year plea deal to accused Columbia High School teacher Nicole Default, who is alleged to have sexual relations with 6 students, all of them minors. During a pre-arraignment hearing today before Essex County Superior Court Judge Michael Ravin, Assistant Prosecutor Gina Losum, that's interesting because it's not in caps, informed the judge that the plea agreement had been offered. In addition to 15 years behind bars, the plea agreement would also include a lifetime probation and requirement to register as a sex offender under Megan's Law. But Tim Smith, Default's attorney, said afterward that she would likely reject the offer and plead not guilty during her arraignment, which is set for April 6. She is also applying for pre-trial intervention, a program that would allow her, as a first-time offender, to seek to have the charges dismissed.
So you want us to listen?
Unlikely.
You want us to listen to the proceedings, or not?
See the proceedings below. Okay, sure.
Indictment 15-26319, appearance for the state.
Assistant Prosecutor Gina Isom, looking at the state.
Good morning, sir. Timothy Smith, appearing on behalf of Nicole Default. President Court to my right, sir.
How are you doing today, Mr. Fall?
I'm well, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Default, you are charged in a 40-count indictment returned by the grand jury on February 11, 2015. I know your attorney has received a copy of it. That indictment, those 40 counts, charge various counts of first-degree aggravated sexual assault and second-degree endangering the welfare of a child. I don't think it's necessary to read the indictment. I've summarized it. My question, Mr. Smith, is, does your client intend to apply for pretrial intervention?
Yes, sir. She'll do that today. So.
Very, very well. Has discovery been requested?
Yes, it has.
Last year, have you and the prosecutor agreed on a date and time for the arraignment status conference?
Yes, sir.
And what date is that?
April 6th, sir. Amenable to the court, of course.
Okay, I understand both of you checked with my court clerk, and my court clerk said that was okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, between now and the arraignment status conference, which will take place on April 6, 2015, I am ordering the parties to meet to discuss the case, including plea offers and anticipated motions, and be prepared to report to the court about those subjects on the date of the arraignment status conference. Speaking about plea offers, Any plea offer made must be in writing and forwarded to the defense attorney. Prosecutor Iosum, has a plea offer already been tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I ask what is the custodial aspect of same, if any?
The custodial aspect of the plea is 15 years with 85% parole ineligibility in New Jersey State Prison, subject to parole supervision for life, as well as Magnus Law.
Also, prior to the arraignment status date, I'm directing the parties, when they meet and confer, to attempt to reach agreement on all discovery issues. Prior to giving Ms. Dufault the customary warnings, Mr. Smith, is there anything you'd like to place on the record on behalf of your client?
Nothing, sir, other than what has already been done.
Okay, Ms. Iosum?
No, Your Honor.
All right there, Ms. Dufault, you have to be back here on April 6, 2015 at 9 a.m. If you're not here on that date at that time, a warrant will issue for your arrest and your bail will be revoked. Do you understand?
Yes.
So there you have it.
Well, Default was arrested September and later charged with 40 counts, as we just heard. She's free on $500,000 bail. Smith, her attorney, says that she, Default, is the victim. He offered more comments in an interview outside the courthouse after the hearing today, which I don't know if you want to hear that.
Yeah, we can quickly listen to some of those comments.
They offered a plea deal, 15 years behind bars. Are you taking that, Tim?
Well, it's very early to determine that. We don't believe so. We believe our client's going to reject that. The decision whether or not to accept or reject the plea is the client's. It's not mine. It's something that will be forwarded to her. She will consider it. But based upon what I know about the evidence in this case, I believe she will reject it.
Can you tell us about your position with your client? These charges against her, they're very serious.
Well, of course they're very serious. They're of a first-degree range. Those are the most serious type of charges.
You want to tell us if she's, not guilty, or what do you want to say on behalf of your client?
Well, she's pled not guilty. We believe in her innocence. She's anxious to receive her day in court, and she's very pleased that the proceedings have gotten to the point that she will be able to do that.
Can you talk about the circumstances or, her position as to why she's pleading not guilty?
Well, we just received the discovery today. Despite the fact that you folks have been following this case for a while, it is still early on in it. I've given some comments in the past about a more specific position, and we stand behind those.
How has this affected her emotionally? I mean, what is she going through?
Well, of course, it's a very stressful time for her. She's not a career criminal. In fact, she's been a model citizen, and we believe she still is a model citizen at this time. She has no prior criminal record whatsoever. Based upon my understanding, she doesn't even have a traffic ticket, nor even a detention in school. So she truly is a model citizen. She's not familiar with this process. It's very stressful for her. She's unnerved by it. But like I said, with that said, she's very anxious to have her day in court, and she's pleased that we've gotten to the point that she will be able to do that.
The disruption of her family, is that something you could talk about? I mean, she's really struggling in terms of what's happening with her family. Well,
she's a mother. We believe her to be a model mother, and I don't think that this case is deleteriously impacted upon that. She continues to be a mother to her kids, and a very effective and loving one, from what I understand.
You say this case. Can you describe the case? What kind of a case is this? Do you think it's based on circumstantial evidence? Is it based on,
Well, it's based upon someone's story. We believe that that's been mischaracterized to some degree. I've made some statements to the effect that our client's the victim here, and we believe that to be the case, and the specifics as to that will be played out in court ultimately. Not at this time, but ultimately.
You say she is the victim. Did she feel, from what I'm gathering, intimidated in some sense?
Well, you'll have to attend future proceedings to obtain more specifics as to that.
All right. Thanks, Tim.
What's your name?
Thank you.
Your name?
Yeah, Timothy Smith.
Standard spelling correct.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
Hey, Tim, you mentioned discovery just today. Anything specific on what the discovery was?
Well, we're going to have to review it. It's extensive. It's voluminous. There's a number of counts to the indictment, as you see, and it includes CDs and reports and police reports and things like that. And we're going to have to view all of that.
And what comment would you make on the alleged video of an incident that's been discussed or out there?
I'm not going to comment on that at this time. I've yet to see it, by the way. Discovery obligations were triggered today, and I've yet to see the video.
And you were talking about one video.
Yes.
Tim, in terms of her being a victim, can you explain how she could be the victim in this case, given that the allegations are that they're the victims?
Well, there's still allegations. I emphasize the fact that my client's presumed innocent as we sit here. She has an impeccable record as she sits here. She has attorneys who believe in her innocence as we sit here. But the allegations that form the basis for the indictment are mere allegations, and what I will say is this. The allegations against my client are essentially statutory rape, that this is a crime by virtue of the alleged victim's ages. Rape could take other forms, okay? It could take the form of physical assault, sex by coercion, sex by intimidation, and all of those things. And we believe, as I've asserted before, that my client is the victim of a certain form of sexual assault, and we stand by that.
You're saying a victim of a certain kind of sexual assault. Are you saying she was assaulted?
Well, that's what I said, yes.
And what kind of support, has there been any of her Columbia colleagues who've come forward to offer support or character witness, anything that you know of?
I know that she has a lot of support in the school. I know that she was very well liked. She had a very good reputation within the school, and people have been reaching out for her. I'm not directly involved in that, but I know that she has a very big support mechanism.
So, Tim, you're saying the students are sexually assaulted her. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that she's the victim.
But in terms of being a victim of sexual assault?
I'm saying that she is the victim.
And do you want to elaborate on how she could be the victim in this case?
I'm not going to elaborate any further at this time, sir.
And Tim, is she suspended with pay or without pay, or what's her current employment status?
I'm unaware of her status at the present time that we speak.
All right, thank you. Can I ask you a quick question privately?
So there you have it.
I think lawyers are interesting.
Very
interesting. So, you got to be so steadfast, so monotone, so unemotional. What a thing to be.
It's funny. You're an attorney, and you're the defendant, and you know your client is lying. And
how do you know she's lying?
Oh, they know.
Oh, come on.
Come on. You don't know.
Yeah, what? I don't know what.
You wouldn't. You know your client is lying.
How do you know she's lying?
Because, you have these kind of discussions.
What kind of discussion?
So tell me what truly happened.
I'm not going to tell you that from what I know on the air. I'm not doing that.
No. I'm talking about you talking with the attorney in private. Just you and the attorney.
What?
So tell me what truly happened. There's no tape recorders, right? I did it. But
you don't know what the discussion between that client and that attorney is.
I would say 90% of the time, the attorney knows exactly what happened. They know exactly what happened. And the reason why they have to know exactly what happened is they have to prepare the case so we would not go down a certain road. If I got to defend you, I got to get all the facts. I can't be blindsided by the plaintiffs. I got to get the facts. So I believe that.
So you believe the woman is totally guilty, and it's
no. I'm not saying guilt or innocence in this situation. I'm just saying that the attorney knows the truth. He knows whether she did it or whether she didn't do it. And since
if she did do it, why did it happen?
He knows that too.
Yeah, and that's why he says he does not believe her to be guilty.
Right.
So, because I was under the impression that you thought that he
knew what the deal was.
Well, yeah, or that
he knew that she did it.
Probably.
But he's
if
gonna-
it's on tape, she did do something.
Right. So what he's going to do, he's going to try to find out as he said, why she did it, but she's a victim.
That's right.
So that's his strategy. So he's got to tell her. She's got to tell
listen,
him.
I could have told you that was a strategy he was going to take.